All right, everybody. In this one, we have a 2008 Dodge Caravan or 2009, something around there. The issue with this one is that it's not starting. So, so the first thing that I want to do is actually take and test the key. So, as we can see right now, if I press the lock and unlock button, there's nothing happening. If I come over, and I'll just read the key real quick. All right. Oh, wrong one. All right, we'll just read the key real quick. It says auto and unknown. All right, so right now, this does not even read the key. Okay, we'll try again. And now it says ID 46. All right, so if I put this in, turn the key on, you can tell that there is nothing happening. All right, and what ends up happening? We have a flashing immobilizer light right there. So we're going to be dealing with an immobilizer issue on this one. Now, what I think is happening is that the key, either the key or the wireless control module is faulty. So what we're going to do at this point is take and hook up a scanner to the vehicle, and we're going to see what could possibly be the issue based on codes, and then we're going to take a logical approach in order to try diagnose this vehicle. All right, so we know that the key is being read. Okay, it says ID 46, so I'm not worried about that. But when we take and we stick the key in, it's just flashing. All right, so I think we're gonna have some CAN communication faults on this one, but let's do diligence, take and verify the codes, and we'll go from there. All right, so I'll bring you guys right back once I have a scan tool hooked up. All right, so the scan tool is now loading. We're only at 12.1 volts on battery. I don't have a booster on this one, so we're gonna have to be careful with our voltage. We'll go auto scan. I gotta turn the key on first. What I don't like is that we don't have any control of our heater system, like at all. It's stuck. Let's see if we can actually scan, get in here and get some information out of the vehicle first. If we can't, then I think we're going to be dealing with a CAN issue on this one, which just means that the CAN lines are probably down, because I believe it should have already got into the vehicle, and it has not. So, yeah, I don't think we have any communication with this one. So what I'm going to do real quick is actually just take out the AC control module, because it seems to be the one that is being affected right now. I'm not saying that that's the culprit, but my battery's just going to keep on dropping with it plugged in. So VIN code not recognized. Okay. So let's go back one more. Let's try auto scan one more time. And while that's doing that, we're going to take and remove this guy. All right, so I'll be right back. I'm gonna just take him out, and we're gonna go from there in order to just unplug him so my battery doesn't die. Like, I don't even have any AC functions working. Rear defrost does, AC does not. Let's push AC. No, there's nothing working. All right, so let's go ahead, unplug him, and we'll go from there. All right, so now I have that unhooked, so at least now when I turn the key on, the blower motor should turn off, hopefully. Nope. So well, that's not good. Okay, all right, so I'm gonna have to find out what they did to this car, because that should turn off. All right, so I just spoke with the client. Apparently they bypassed the fan, so that's why it's staying on. I wish they would have told me that before. Then I wouldn't have wasted time doing all this. But anyway, so what we're gonna do now is take and try to find where they bypassed it from, and we gotta unhook it. So if not, it's gonna just kill this battery, which is no good. Okay, I can't work like that, that's for sure. So let's get underneath and go see what they did. So they bypassed the wire straight to the blower motor, so I just unplugged that. I'll plug everything back here up, and we'll get to diagnosing this, because no comm with the system means that there's probably a CAN issue. The key is reading, so that's always a good sign. But we have to try to figure out what's going on with this CAN system. All right. Let's do a diagnosis. Let's just get in here and try to see if I can manually select. All right, we'll go America's, Dodge. Manual selection. We have a 2000 and, give me a second. Make sure. 2010. All right, Dodge Caravan. System select, powertrain control module. Wants me to start the engine. I can't start the engine, so. Received an invalid response. Let's try transmission control module. Received an invalid response. All right. Anti-lock brakes. Oh, we can get into the ABS module. So no PCM and no TCM. All right. So just keep that in mind. ABS we can get into. So let's just go read trouble codes. Lost communication with ECM, PCM. Lost communication with ECM. Implausible vehicle configuration data received. And original VIN mismatch missing. All right. So let's go with the read system configure, read ECU information. So we have 40548 in the current VIN. And this one is 40548. All right, so that seems to be the right VIN at least. All right, special functions. Read system configure, ABS only, false, false, false. It's not right with that. All right, so let's go see if we can get into our wireless control module, which we can. Let's go read trouble codes. Security seed response not received from ECM, PCM. So I believe that we're going to be dealing with an ECM or a PCM issue on this. Lost communication with ECM, PCM. All right. Any other one that we can go in just to validate that? That's 2 so far. So our central gateway. Let's go with our central gateway. And we can read the trouble codes in here. Lost communication with ECM, PCM. All right, so we have everything that's saying that we have lost communication with them. So what we're going to do is check in our powers and grounds up at our PCM. And we're also going to check our communication lines at the PCM. And then from there, well, if everything is there, then we can say that we have a PCM issue at that time. But I am seeing my check engine light on. So I'm believing that we're probably missing something. All right, so let's get to diagnosing this. All right, let me look around for this because I'm not seeing it, and I'll be right back. All right, so I was right about it being in the wheel well, but I want you guys to look at this. There's literally, oh, you guys can't see anything. There we go. So it is in the wheel well where I thought it would be. But what I don't like is that there's no inner fender. And look at this. It's just open. So, yeah. So I'm going to unbolt it. I'm going to take it out. But I'm pretty sure that this PCM is going to end up being shot because of that. And I will bring everybody right back when I get that out. Because we also have to check our powers and grounds going down to it. Which this is not the safest thing that I'm doing right now. Okay. And it looks like if there's been water damage and everything onto it also. Okay. So I got to take out those little clips. And I'll take out the PCM and we'll go from there. Alright. Well, I'll check my powers and grounds first and then we'll go from there. How's that? Alright, so let's start with basics, alright? Always check your connections. I know that people say that dielectric grease is good, and it is good, but look at this. Okay, actually, I can't really say it's due to the dielectric grease, but I can say that that is not good. All right, that is just way too much dielectric grease. Look at this. Look at this. Like, it's caked on there. So I'm gonna take and clean all this off. All right, and from there, we're going to retry getting communication back, and we'll start like that. All right. I've had so many issues with vehicles coming to me, and I see dielectric grease or a type of grease that they put on, and it really just like wrecks the whole system. So I'm not saying that using it moderately is bad, but the amount that they put on this is just ridiculous. All right, so let's take and clean all that off, and we'll start fresh with not so much dielectric grease. How's that sound? Okay. Alright, so the first thing that we're going to do is check our grounds on connector C1. From there, we'll check our powers on connector C1. And then we'll see what is going on, alright? So, pins 9 and 18 on C1. Now, I just have to try to find a proper connector for this. So, bear with me, alright? Might have to clean out this a little bit more, but we'll see. All right, how did these ones come apart? Right there. Yeah. Okay, so I'm gonna have to take off this back piece, and we'll go from there. That's for sure. So give me 1 second. Connector C1. It's either gonna be this one or another one. All right. So 9, 10, yeah. So 9 should be a ground. My light bulb's all the way up at the top. Give me a second. Try to get this guy down for everybody. I'm hooked onto power up at the top. It's a good power, so let's get the light bulb down. Start testing, huh? Okay, 10 is a red, so that's gonna also be a power. So let's just see. So that's a good ground. 18 was my next one. Okay. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Oh, 18 doesn't seem to be there. Oh, there it is. Alright, so 18 is there. Next, let's make sure that I don't have another one. 18. I'm going to check all my powers on this one, so. Then there are some other ones. Alright, so that seems to be the grounds on C1. Okay. Powers. Main powers, I should say. Let's see what we have. Oh, what happened there? Main powers. 10 amp fuse. We will go pin 10, pin 29, $11, $12. So 10, 11, 12, 29. ASD, I'm not worried about. So 10, 11, 12, and 29. All right. So let's check those out real quick. All right. So let's get in here. Oh, look at that. 10 has no power. Okay, 10, 11, and 12. 12 does. 11 does. 10 does not, and 10 should be a power. Alright, so let's go on the other side just to make sure, but pretty sure. Yeah, we got nothing. Alright, so 10 has no power. So 10 comes from fuse M28. So let's go up top and go check out fuse M28. I know that this is a little bit backwards and some people might be like, oh, you should have checked the fuses first, but you want to know what? This is the way I do it, and I'm going to keep on doing it like this, because if the fuse is blown, what blew the fuse? Alright? So I'm not just going to stick another fuse into it, that's for sure. Let's take this. Okay. Worst comes to worst, I will take and try something else afterwards, but for right now, let's go like this. Okay? Oh, of course. It's not magnetic, so I don't know how well this is going to work for everybody. I don't know. Okay, that looks okay. Alright, so let's look for M28. Trans-feed battery. Let's look. That is the right fuse. That may be 26, I'm not too sure. 26 was what? Power mirror switch. Let's just see if I can find an M26 first. M36, M29, 27, M20. Not, yeah, so this is, so I do have power at this fuse. So I have nothing coming out. So either we have a TIPM issue, or another issue. Alright, so what we're going to do real quick, because I can, is we're going to jump power to that one, and we'll start from there. Alright, so now we are going to jump power. Where did my clip go? There it is. Okay. So this one, that one. Okay. So we're going to just jump the power down to it. We'll plug it back in, and we'll go from there. Okay? It'd be nice if it was that simple. Because the check engine light's still on, so... But that's not going to fix the issue. It will give us a very good idea on what's going on. Okay? There we go, guys. So I'm missing one power down at the PCM. It's stopping the car from starting. So now we gotta verify and make sure that it's not the box. And if it is the box, we're gonna need one. And if not, well, we're gonna have to go from there. But I'm gonna take and move this car up into a safer location because I am on side the road. And yeah, so what I want you guys to get from this is always check your basics first. Always check and make sure that your powers and grounds are there, and start from there. All right, so let's go from there and bring this into a safer location, right? Battery and all right, so I have to go and change out the battery now. What I'm gonna do is pause you guys and I'll bring you guys back once I get my truck up here, and we'll continue diagnosing this, making sure that's just a TIPM, and if it is just a TIPM, well, they're gonna replace it, and if it's a broken wire, well, we'll fix that. All right, so I'll bring everybody back. All right, got the car up here, located the connector. I believe I located the connector. It's pretty well underneath, so I won't really be able to show anybody that. For right now, let's disconnect this. All right, because now I need to get a ground on here again in order to test. So take this one, put this one here. There's my ground. Make sure it works. Light lights up. We are good. All right. So that is supposed to be a fused power. So what we are going to do is try to see. Well, first thing I'm going to do is actually disconnect the connector. I wish I could bring you guys back here, but it's pretty tight back here. All right. So let's see if we have any major damage on this connector, and if we do, well, we know what's going on, right? That didn't sound so good. Why? Why me? Huh? Ugh. It's like it doesn't want to come off for some reason. Oh, that broke off. Well, that'll do it, huh? Well, this is gonna be fun. The connector broke. Ow. I didn't do anything to it. Yeah, the connector broke off. My God, man. All I did was pull up onto it. There we go. I don't know if that's gonna work any better, but let's try it. Oh, yeah, that one worked. Okay. So, let's take a look at this, shall we? It's supposed to be this connector, and there's our issue. We have a busted pin inside. So this guy's gonna need to tip him. Hopefully they can get that pin out. I'll try to give you guys a view of that. Zoom, zoom, zoom. And there's the pin. And that is our pin 9. All right, so TIPM is gonna have to be replaced 100%. No fixing that. We gotta try to get that pin out. They might have to replace that pin, but yeah, what I might have them do is just grab the wiring and we'll switch the connector over if they can get to a scrapyard or something, and we'll just swap everything over like that. But that's your issue. So that's it on this one, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed it, and as always, I will see you guys next time.